Hey, what's up, everybody, man? This is Kenny. I'm back here once again on Let's Talk About It podcast. I have a special guest, another California native, man, out of Inglewood, California. My man, Garry Clare from the Kthebarber. Dude, so excited for you to be on this conference today, man. I was on your podcast like a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean? We had a good time, man. And I appreciate you coming out here, taking your time out. And so I'm back. So let's talk about a podcast, fam. What you been up to, dog?
Oh man, I mean, first off, I want to say you did a wonderful job coming to my platform. A lot of people, when I started chopping up the video and placing it on my Instagram feed, a lot of people was giving major feedback. They really enjoyed, the conversations that we had. So, I just want to say thank you foremost that, you took your time out and jumped on my podcast. And now I'm, excited to be on yours. So, yeah, everything's been good, man. Just working, being at the shop, creating my, my creation, my content, and, just keeping it going, enjoying life.
That's all we can do, right? Every
Yeah.
day, just keep it going, step by step, day by day, minute by minute, man. So what's new with Gary? Right now, what you got going on in the industry so far?
Man, besides being freshly out of the single life and making a full year as a married man, you know.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so it's been fun. I'm enjoying the married life and also creating my business as far as a barber. I worked in the corporate world for 11 years.
Mm.
Entered off, tried to make some clothes. That did well enough, but not well enough for me to make a great livelihood out of it. And yeah, my lady, which is my wife now, hit that switch and was like, hey, I see you always like cutting hair. You cut your own hair. Why don't you be a barber? I got friends that's out there that's doing pretty well in the industry, and I know you can do it as well with your personality. So here I am.
Yeah. So, when did you actually start your barber career?
Man, a little bit. Let me say, I could say 2019, the first part of 2019. Yeah, right before COVID hit. Yeah.
Okay, so you're fresh. You're a newbie. We call y'all newbies right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
Because
not.
I mean that's me like officially going for my license to be a professional licensed barber, not just trying to be a barber cutting hair. But yeah, around 2019.
Yeah, dang man, that's amazing. That's actually interesting, man. How far you've come from 2019 to now.
I appreciate that.
Because like talking with you, chopping it up with you, I thought you were probably in the game at least 10 years.
Man.
You know what I mean? That's what's up, man. Because you have people that's been in the game for 3 years and they're still trying to figure this all out. And it seems like I don't say you got it 100% figured out, but yeah, you're on the way. You're still learning, but at least you're creating something for yourself, a legacy for your family, for the future. You know what I mean? And so that I think that's commendable, brother. To be honest with you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You see yourself with a barbershop, soon, or maybe having your own private studio.
Um, I think to really consider yourself a real business minded person, I think, it's good to rent a chair or have a salon and you have that personal one on one, but to say establish yourself and understand what it really takes to understand this business. I think, it's all about ownership and
Hmm.
something that, I always speak highly about, especially with my friends and my wife that have something and see how far it can go with longevity, hard work and dedication. So I can't really say right now, but it's not out of the equation, you know.
Okay, I heard a little Nipsey Hussle, man, in that couple right
Yeah.
there. Is he one of your favorite rappers, Nipsey
I
Hussle?
mean, a lot of these rappers that really speak to the people. Nipsey was definitely someone that had to transcend. He saw something and he had to go for it at that particular time that was somewhat given. And then after that, he started realizing that, hey, I gotta, change my mindset. I gotta really show my identity, who I really want to be. Maybe religion was a big part of that, or just seeing, a lot of things that his family and his friends were going to make him say, okay, now, all that hustling and gang banging in the street was cool at a younger age, but now I want to be in a grown up mindset and really have something that I can leave for my family and my kids. So yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. Like, when you're young, you're just out there wild and, just trying to figure it out until you get, older in age. And some people, have that second childhood, and some people go into, adulthood. And I'm trying my best to find that adulthood mindset.
No, that's good, man. Nipsey, I think, was ahead of his time. Like you said, he was transcending into something great,
Yeah.
especially for the Los Angeles Crenshaw district, man. He was really trying to change his environment. It's just kind of just sad what happened to him, out there in Los Angeles, man. In LA, do you find it, being from Los Angeles, right? Do you find it hard to kind of like get clientele nowadays, or is it pretty easy?
I won't say easy. Yeah, it's all about how you approach it, honestly. Um, you still have some of the wise ones that have been in the game for a while, and they still tell you, maybe you got to go out there and touch the people. You got to be out in their face and have that one-on-one communication. Like, hey, I'm a barber. Or here's my card, or here's a flyer. Not saying that's a bad approach. It's still, some people still like that, to have that, that fake one-on-one to kind of see who you are, who they dealing with. But now you got social media, you got Google, you got, all these outlets now where you can just search somebody out. And if their platform is, kind of, just reasonable, up to date, that kind of look, a little professional, people look at it and they go, hey, I'm going to go try them out. So it goes hand in hand. It's just how you approach it.
Yeah. Do you have your own professional website?
I have my professional website. I also use a lot of like Google, Yelp, and stuff like that. Stuff on there. I mean, I use Booksy. So I use a lot of these, cutting apps, or just regular, I guess, social platforms to, push my industry, let people know what I'm doing.
So what's your website? Let people know what your website is, so they can.
It's an abbreviation of my name. So a lot of people say Garce or Garci. So it's GARRCEE.com. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Garce. Yeah, that's what I thought it was too until you broke it down. Now you say you use cutting apps. Has that been lucrative for you? Because I've had a couple of barbers I've worked with, and they said, especially with Broski, that they usually get maybe 1 to 2 new clients a week. Is that true?
For me, I've been doing. I mean, when I first jumped on it was kind of like nothing at all. I just, people kind of like, once they came to the shop, I'd be like, oh, if you want to set your appointment, you can use this app, and then you can just go by, doing it like that. But then, I guess either word of mouth, or, the way that I'm kind of like posting pictures, having people leave comments and stuff like that, it's starting to generate on its own, where people are like, oh, I see your page. I've been trying to get in a date with you, but, sometimes you're full, sometimes you're not. So, yeah, so,
So what other, how should I say it, amenities does Bootsy have for barbers, other than just, booking with you? Can you?
They have a cool layout. They have where you could do promotions, like you could set up maybe like a happy hour set up where around certain time frames you can reduce your price. They have flyers, I guess you would call it, where you can write your own your own comments, and then send it out to people and let them know what you got going on. They have the booths where you every time they send you a client, and if the client book with you, they take a percentage from that. If that's something you want to do. I try not to use that. I just try to just, do my own kind of marketing.
You get your own money, right?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
No, but you try to get everything you can. Like I
Yeah.
said, taking
All money in, no money out.
Nipsey, there you go. So, hot topic. And it was a hot topic probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Out in Los Angeles, I guess a celebrity put him on blast on a text thread, and the Shade Room and all these different platforms started talking about it. Even Stephen A. Smith was on here discussing about this barber charging $11.50 for a haircut, and it was going to take 2.5 to 3 hours to complete the full service. Tell me a little bit about that, man. Like, do you feel that the barber overpriced himself out of that service?
Honestly, I feel like a lot of people kind of just took whatever they wanted to take out of that and not understand what the person was trying to relate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't never bash anybody as far as like what they feel like they want to charge or what they want to get as far as what they feel like they bring to the table as far as their business. That's like me going to somebody else's business and sitting there listening to the person getting offered a promotion, and then I'll sit there and I'll go, "Oh, I don't think you deserve that."
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when it comes to our industry and the way it was set up in the beginning, a lot of people look at us now as being hungry hippos or money grabbers as barbers, but it's really not like that. From like what I said, what I seen, I think he was trying to justify him leaving the shop, which particularly people come to him. So if he has to pack up his tools, jump in his car, put in gas, travel to where he needs to travel for this particular person, go in there, set up his booth, depending on the lighting, if he has to bring his own light, depending on if the customer has other duties, which the person might get up and go to work and be like, "Oh, I'm working right now, so I'm going to go jump on the meeting," and they come back. So the person is just sitting there. You don't know if the person is dealing with their family where he got to watch a kid or whatever. So you're not in your own environment. You're not in your own comfort zone. So you're in somebody else's comfort zone. So to make a long story short, I just feel like if you're asking someone to justify what they do as a living and come to your comfort, and then you get mad about what he's charging, then I think that conversation just should be between you and him. And putting it out there like, "Oh, this person is trying to overcharge me," when he's already doing something that's completely extra out of, you want him to come to your house. You're not coming to his shop. So now you're asking him to do more than what he's been known or normed of doing. So it's a tricky field, like, being a barber and then dealing with, clients of these eras, because I get that too. I get, men that bring their children to my shop and go, "Oh, how much you charge for a cut?" And I tell them my price, and they go, "Oh, that's ridiculous. What happened to the $5 and $10 cut?" I'm not charging you $5 and $10 for a cut. So why do you think I need to charge your kid for a $5 to $10 cut? Do you think because he has a smaller head that makes a difference? No, I have to, depending on the child. I'm not saying every child is like that, but some childs don't like to be sitting in their chair by themselves. They like to move. They like to move their head. They want to watch cartoons. They want to see everything that's going around. But then you want me to give him the perfect cut as possible, like what you see on the internet. But then you telling me I should charge you $5 because he's a small kid. I don't get it.
Right. It's amazing. Instagram has a lot of these clients, man, kind of blindfolded because they feel like you said this, like you said, this perfect haircut on Instagram, and they want their kids or they want themselves to have this perfect haircut. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they don't understand what it takes to get that haircut. Like you said, man, that the child has to be really, really still. then you have to be able to give them a nice fade and then enhance the kid as well. It's not like
I didn't even speak on that.
a lot of times these kids have enhancements on their hairline to make their hairline pop and stuff like that. Most of the kids have the baby hair in front, and the baby hair is in front, like the most of the bulk of the hair that's behind it, maybe a half an inch or an inch, behind the baby hair. They don't want you. Oh, don't push my baby hairline back. Keep the hairline in front. It's like it's gonna work miracles.
Yeah.
So you feel that it is an even price across the board when it comes to kids and adults, or is there maybe?
I want to say you should charge. Like I said, I don't want to justify what any barber is charging. I don't want to talk about, I don't want to get in their money range. But I'm just saying that, if you're asking for me to justify or give you an example of what you are asking for me to do to an adult or a child, and you see something that you look on the internet. But that's the part where it comes to the consultation and that communication. If somebody sits in your chair and they show you a picture and then you just start cutting their hair, and then at the end of the cut you go, oh, that's $75. They're going to wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
You got to tell them, oh, your hair doesn't lay like that. I might have to do this. I might have to add this product to your hair. I might have, like you said, I might have to put an enhancement because you're thinning in these areas for it to look like that. So if you're doing all these things and you're calculating that up, you got to let them know, this is what I'm going to give you, and this is my price point, and let them justify that before you even start cutting their hair. So if they say, hey, yeah, I want it, then you know, but at least give them the opportunity to kind of say, maybe I might go somewhere else before you just start, hitting them. And I feel like that's what that person did. He was like, hey, this is going to be the hours that might be justified for me. I don't know if he put on there the traveling for me to get there, to me getting back to the shop, or whatever, how he was pricing at this point. But he put it out there like, hey, at the end of the day, this is what I'm going to charge you. You can't get mad at that. All you got to say, oh, man, I appreciate that, but I'm going to go elsewhere. Mm-hmm. But I feel like everybody wants to... Yeah, everybody want to say stuff nowadays and be like, man, these barbers out here, they tripping. Nah, man, I'm doing what I feel is something I feel like I'm great at, and something that you want. If you want me to give you that, this is what it's gonna be. Mm-hmm. If you go and look for whatever type of shoe, and you want that particular shoe, you know how much it costs either. And shoes went up. Before they used to be like $100. Now you're almost paying $300 for a pair of Jordans. And mm-hmm. if that's the shoe that you wanted, you're gonna go on Nike app and try to search it down to get it, to pay for it. It's the same way. It's the same as barbering. But the funny thing is that we change lives. You got to realize that when we cut your hair, it helps you feel more comfortable, confident. It sets you up for an interview. It sets you up for a day. It sets you up for your meeting. If you find the right barber that that's gonna give you what you want. So you can't get mad at the price sometimes.
Right. So I had some arguments with some people just about that price, because we're just gonna stay on that subject a little bit, and I was just kind of breaking down the price point for him, right? Because it was $100 for the travel fee, and it was $350 for an hour. Right? He said it's going to take him an hour there and back from the barbershop to cut, so that's 2 hours already, and then it was going to take him so much time to cut the hair, right? Mm-hmm. So what the barber was saying, he said it was going to take 2.5 to 3 hours to cut the client's hair, and I was explaining to people, I don't think he was talking about that duration of time of cutting that person's hair, 2.5 to 3 hours. I think he was just trying to explain, this is how long it's going to take for me to leave the shop to get to you, cut your hair, and get back to the shop. So that was...
And also how many clienteles that within that time frame that I lost because I'm traveling to come to you.
Okay. That's what I'm saying, man. That's that barber knowledge. I'm trying to tell people. I'm a barber. I know what they're talking about. So they're like, nah. You got to read the sentence structure. I'm just like, forget the sentence structure, man. You know what I'm saying? You've been in the shit for a while. You kind of know what's going on. Yeah, that was kind of irritating to me, man, because, you've been in the game for a while.
I feel like now with social media, they're triggered. It's like it's a lot of people. I think they're setting this stuff up. There got to be somebody that's out there saying that. That got to be a barber that's saying, "Hey, we should have these type of conversations and see how people react."
No, I feel you, because, Jalen Rose just came out earlier this year talking about a good barber should cut hair for $100, for a client. But then he kind of changed it up and said, you know what, it should be for a certain client that should pay $100. But I think with anything in life, right, you put it out there, people start getting used to hearing these prices, and after a while, the bar's gonna be charging $100. You know what I mean? And I don't have nothing wrong with that. I don't know if you do or not, but let's get this money.
Right.
So there's a lot of celebrities out there in Los Angeles, right? And so I know this is celebrity barbers now. That that title is starting to linger, self-proclaimed.
Yeah.
So when you hear of the term celebrity barber, what do you think of?
I mean, it's a tricky thing. I feel like I wouldn't use it for myself. I wouldn't call myself a celebrity barber. I feel like I'm a people person. So even if you're, someone that works a 9 to 5, or a teacher, a lawyer, or whatever, like I feel like I still put you all in that same category. I wouldn't look at saying, oh, because I cut this DJ, that's a high DJ, or Denzel or whoever, that now I'm a celebrity barber. No, I feel like the people that came to me, supported me from day one, and trusted me with their hair, in my own mind, I think I'm a celebrity within my community and to those people. But I don't need to voice it and be like, hey, I'm a celebrity barber because I'm cutting this type of Kthebarber people. No, I wouldn't look at it like that.
Right. How do you feel about people charging celebrities more even when they come into like the barbershop?
I think it depends on like, okay, if I'm shutting down the barbershop for you, like if you want to come at a particular time and it's probably like past my hours and you're like, hey, I'm coming in, but can you cut me at 11 p.m. at night or, something like that, then yeah, I'll, up my pricing because, I have to move stuff around. But I wouldn't be like, oh, because, Shaq gave me a call, Barkley gave me a call, Kenny Smith gave me a call, I'm coming to cut a hair. I'm going to be like, oh, shit, I got them. Okay, I'm going to charge them $1,000. No, if I got it, like I said, if I got to travel to them and stuff like that, I just estimate it around that and let them know, what the price is going to be. But I'm not going to go too crazy out the box because now I'm cutting, someone that's in the industry. Because at the same time, they paying bills just like me, So I'm not gonna overkill them,
No.
And I want them to pass my info around, like, hey, I got a good upscale person, he's really about his business. He ain't trying to get over on nobody, and I really like his personality, and I think you should give him a try. That means more than anything to me than getting that one time cut and going, okay, I'm gonna charge him $1,500 for a cut,
Right. No. I feel you on that one, man. Like pass the torch, right, to the next client and let them know that. Because I don't. I mean, I cut NFL players and basketball players, and I try to treat them fair, like I do the next man. You know what I mean? And I feel like just me doing that, first of all, they become loyal clients after a while, and like you said, they pass the torch. They have referrals for you. Because what I've learned with celebrities is that they just want to be treated just like somebody else.
Yeah. Honestly,
I mean, they're
people as well,
they're people just like me and you.
Yeah.
And so when they interact with individuals, especially somebody that's going to be touching on them, they just want to be treated just like a regular person, because they get all the glitz and glamour when they go on scene or when they go on set,
I mean,
and you
I ain't
know,
gonna lie and portray, I'm gonna have a calmness inside, whoever, it is that I'm cutting. I'm a fan out inside. And then probably when I get in my car, I'm like, yeah, I did that. But, I'm not gonna go around them and be like, acting real I'm gonna be as professional as I can.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a question. So which celebrity did you cut or you felt like, man, you want to cut those boys' hair, and you had to just be real professional when you?
I haven't got to that point yet. I mean, I cut some like comedians and stuff like that, but not so much that. Like if it was, like, I always tell my wife if I ever got the chance to cut Kobe Bryant, that would have been like the world to me because I
Yeah,
actually got a chance as a kid to work at the Forum, to work at the Staples Center, to meet him a couple times. So to be in that room with him and cutting his hair and just having basketball conversations with him would have been like everything to me. So that would have been one person I would have took to heart.
yeah, man. I feel you on that one. I met Michael Jordan, and I was starstruck. I can just only imagine, like, some people see his head, with a razor, with that bald head,
Yeah.
want to nick him, or, man, yeah, I feel you. How about anybody? You know who I met, man? I met Anthony Davis, and that was a really good experience down here, in San Diego, and that was probably one guy. I'm a huge Laker fan,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he entered the room, and I was just like, okay, this is. I have my Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
I knew where I was going. You know,
Yeah.
what I mean? I knew where I was going into. I ended up cutting. I was cutting up his personal like security guard. And
Okay.
so I knew where I was going, so I said, okay, I'm bringing my Lakers stuff. I'm representing, let him know.
Yeah.
And I end up to meet the dude, man. Like you said, you kept that professional and chop it up with them. It's just like one of the boys, like you're in the barbershop. But it was definitely a great experience with me for myself,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, man. What is the best advice that somebody has ever given you?
Man, it came from like so many different people. You know, coaches, even my wife. My mom, my dad. But it's just like never giving up. I know things are gonna get rocky. It's gonna seem like the world is on your shoulders and you can't fight through or get above water. But just keep focused. Never give up on yourself because that's where it all starts. When you can look in the mirror and you see a failure, then you're gonna be a failure. So,
Mm.
so that's what I try to keep.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta say that with your chest, brother. Yeah, say that with your- you gotta hear that, man.
Yeah, like when you look in the mirror and you see a failure, then you're gonna be a failure. So I try not to look in the mirror and see a failure. Yeah.
That's powerful. I hope you guys are hearing what my man Gary is saying. He is talking real barber shit right now, and we are like trying to speak life into you guys, man. I talked to this school last week, and when I told them, I said, when you come in here, don't look at yourself as a student anymore. Look at yourself as an entrepreneur. Look at yourself as a business person, a businessman, a businesswoman. You know what I mean? And like, if you see yourself as that, you will continue to act like that. You know what I mean? And so that is powerful, man, because a lot of people don't see themselves as anything. You know what I mean? Like they go to everyday life and they try to figure it out, and they're like, man, they see themselves as just a failure. And
Yeah.
you talk to people and deal with that on an everyday basis, and it's like, dang, how can I get them to shift that mindset
Mhm.
to see themselves as something else? You know what I mean? A lot of people through their trials and tribulations and failures in life, um, that's what they think they are, who they start becoming. And that's not who people are, man. That's not who you are. You're not a failure. You're a successful person. You're an entrepreneur. you're energetic, you know. And so, and
I
that was
mean, it's hard to even like for them, all the students. Like your first step is, you took ownership to say, okay, this is the road that I want to go down, and you getting up every day to go to the class. So that's the first step of like achievement and noticing that you want more out of life. To know that, hey, I'm gonna take a chance on myself. I paid this money for this education. I'm gonna show up every day. I'm gonna learn as much as I can because when I'm done with school, it's all on me. So you gotta have that all around. Every
mm,
get up like, hey, this is what I'm fighting for. This is what I want. So,
yeah, and that's the first step, right? Just getting
yeah,
up and just saying like I'm gonna do it, and
yeah.
just going through the process. And I tell people like the process is real, 100%, man. And I see you growing, and I'm happy for you, brother. Like just looking at what you're doing, and I'm let you know I found you through social media last year. Did you know that?
No, no, no.
I did.
Yeah.
So um, the native barber.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my girl.
so I competed in the Arizona Barber Expo last year.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, you talking about Stacy? That's my girl. Yeah,
Yeah,
I had her on my show too. We connected through I think Instagram, and then she came out here for one of the events out here. We met up, chopped it up, and then yeah, I'm looking forward to hanging out with her again. She's really dope.
yeah. And so just I think we just connected. She started following me. I followed her, and then she put something on her story, and I guess it was you. And I instantly was like, okay, this is what I'm doing too. So let me
Yeah.
see what he got going on. Yeah, man. So that's how I found you. And uh, like social media works. Like
It does. It
if you
does.
guys don't know, like social media works 100%. You know what I mean? Do you believe that people should like pay for social media, like Google ads or like sponsorships and stuff on Instagram to kind of boost up their marketing strategies?
I
Or
mean, honestly, I think it just depends on how you want to, market yourself. I wouldn't tell nobody not to do it if they feel like they want to take a chance on it and see how it works out for them. I think you should try anything once that, especially if it's something about your business or whatever you're trying to do. Trying to grow yourself to get yourself out there. Just try it and see what it happens. I ain't gonna sit here and say like I didn't. I used to do that when it came to my clothing. Before I even really stuck my foot in comfortably into the barber game, I was a fashion designer. So I did a lot of marketing with that. Paid for people to house my clothes, and get designers to come up there and pick out pick whatever, because it's 100 pieces. So it's not just if they're looking at my clothes, but it worked for a time frame. It didn't really. I won't say it didn't really. It got me notification in certain areas, but it still was a lot of extra work that I had to do to
Mhm.
put it. So, like I said, it's just on the person how they feel, like how they want to work their business, work their industry, and see what happens.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you think barbers should pay for followers?
Pay for flowers. I wouldn't do that.
Okay,
I
yeah.
felt like I want to be as organic as possible. Like if I have to go out there in the street and just go
Mhm.
up to people like, "Hey, I'm a barber. You want to follow me?" and have them click my link. I'd rather do that than have some fake, robots on my stuff, because you could actually see the difference. Like you could look at someone that has like almost, I say, 45K followers, but then you look at their
Views?
huh
You look at
their,
their views?
yeah, like their views or their comments. It'd be like maybe 3 comments. It'd be like 20 likes, and I'm like, dang, how you have all these followers, but then you don't have a lot of engagement? That's what I was word I was looking for. Your engagement doesn't match up to your numbers of people that supposed to be following you and liking what you're offering to the world. So I
No,
don't
and
I don't want to I don't want to be like that. I feel like I would be not what I'm trying to do with my platform if I did that with Talk Your Barber shit. Like if I just went and got a gang of robots and just to have people look and go, oh, and then my engagement doesn't match up, I wouldn't feel comfortable or I wouldn't feel right about myself. So like I said, I want it organically. In due time, however it's supposed to play out, it's going to play out.
No, that's dope, man. I think that's the right mindset. I'm actually getting tired of these people hitting me up in my DMs. Like if you block them, it seems like they come through another avenue, man, and find you again. Like I don't know how many times I get to say, tell you no, that they're pretty persistent too.
Right.
But you're absolutely spot on when it comes to like engagement and stuff like that. I heard something and it was like, you would rather have 1,000 followers and 600 people viewing your content than for like you said 45,000 and 200 people. Like the engagement percentage isn't there. You know what I mean? And so, and a person was like, if you was cutting hair right now, let's say you, Gary, and me, right? We're cutting hair and we're in the barbershop and we have 500 people standing around us watching. We would think we were the shit.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
You got to realize those 500 people going to probably put up another 500 people off of their phone or, tell their friends to come up to the shop and watch. So,
Exactly. So, like, I guess the what we're trying to say is don't worry about, like, how many views you and stuff like you get. You know what I mean? Like, have the percentage of content be there. You want the engagement to be as most organic as possible. So, is there anything else you want to say, man, on this platform about yourself? What you got going on? What's next for Gary? How about that? What's next for you?
Man, I mean, we talked about this off the air, but I definitely want to keep adding stuff to my resume as far as this industry. I'm learning right now about the cosmetology, learning structure of long hair, short hair, dyeing, bleaching, highlights and all that stuff. So the S&P is a big thing I'm starting to see right now. Facial treatment, I do some of that already at my shop, but I want to keep elevating that up. Maybe get more women just to come into my shop and just get a facial. So I'm trying a lot of things. I always try to be a renaissance of everything that I feel passionate about. If I don't know it as well, I'm gonna study it, and two, I can perfect it. I just don't want to half do it just to say I can do it.
Okay.
About to get ready for my exam pretty soon. Then once I do that,
you got this, man.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm looking to. I know right now it's been crazy with the whole AI system that's going around. It's stopping a lot of production with, the commercial and film and actors and writers are on strike. But that's definitely another field that I want to jump into as far as the film industry and working on set. So let
me know. I have a really good friend that I've done some work with her, man. And if I can't make it up there, I can send your information. And she's doing some pretty good things out there.
Okay.
And her salon is off of Crenshaw 78th. So
okay,
it's not too far from me.
100%.
You know what I mean? So I'll link you up with her ASAP if you're really trying to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's very lucrative, man. So if you can use any networking, I'll lace you with that content for sure.
Appreciate it. 100%.
No doubt, man. See, that's how we do, Barbers. You know what I'm saying? Man,
are you going to I know another big hair show is coming up, the one in Vegas. Are you attending that?
You know what, man? I think I'm going to go. It's my birthday weekend that weekend. So my birthday's on the 15th. I know the show's on the 17th. It was funny as like literally like 2 days ago. So I really like it's my birthday weekend. And And my buddy, he owns this. It's called Kthebarber brand. I interviewed my guy Steve Gray, and he brought it up to my attention again. And I told him, he's like, you know what, man, I don't know. But I thought about it. So, I think I might. I think I might go out there and just show my face, man, and get some content. I think. I think it'd be. I think it'd be a network.
Let's talk about it. We'll see.
You know what I mean? Or talk the barber shit. Do you have a booth out there?
Huh?
Did you get a booth out there?
No, I'm just going freelance. Hopefully the people that I already linked up with, this, kind of, maybe, do some like back in the day, jump in your face, like, hey, you got a moment? You want to? You want to talk that? You want to talk that barber shit real quick?
Yeah, real quick, right. Yeah. It's funny, like the funny stuff is what sells. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like I'm trying to come up with like some funny, clean type stuff, bro. I can't do it, fam. I gotta stay more to myself. That's why I dance for these fools or not,
No, I hear you. I be trying to be in my little mode, my little mellowness, and this, keep it kind of cool, but always been like, real, I won't say like goofy, but still fun in a way. So I always try to bring laughter and fun to the stuff that I do. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm hella goofy. I'm hella class clown, but I like to have good quality information, to speak to people, you know what I mean? Because this platform is about like motivation and inspiring individuals, to the next level. Before we go, I always ask my guests, say something encouraging to the barbers, cosmetologists, nail techs, esthetician in the industry.
Man, I mean, if you already made the first step to say this is the industry I want to be in, and you're getting up every day, you're going to the class, you're staying there, you're listening. You're just not in there, signing your name on the list, laying back in the chair and falling asleep, but you actually participated, you actually asking questions. Any person that's coming to the school, even though it's a $5 cup, that you don't get, but you get a chance to, cut hair and critique and, ask your professor, what am I doing wrong? Why is this not blending? How do I shave? What are the techniques of shaving? And you just want it. You want it bad. That's the best part, to know that you're not giving up on yourself, because nobody's gonna root for you more than you root for yourself. So you just got to realize, it's gonna be people wondering why you doing this. You can go get a regular job. You can go get a 9-to-5. They got benefits and all this other stuff. But if you already see the dream, you already see the dedication that you're putting into it. Never give up on yourself, because once they see all the great things happening, they're going to be like, oh, now I see it, when you already have saw it way before they needed to. So don't justify yourself on what other people think about you. Go out there and just do you.
I love it. Great job, man. I appreciate you. Fun facts portion of the interview, fam. So I ask 2 questions. You looking at me like, what the heck is about to happen? Portion of the interview, fam. I ask 2 questions. Fun facts people might not know about you. All right, you ready?
Okay.
All right. Who's your favorite superhero?
Superhero, man. It has to be a character, or I could just name anybody.
Man, anybody, brother.
I would say my mom and my dad.
Love it. I love it. Why?
My dad came from Belize over here, put in the hard work, did everything that he had to do to make sure that, I was in a good situation to keep growing. Not just me, but my brother and my mom. He worked late hours, had to travel a lot. So, as far as the time that I wish I could have had a little bit more, I knew what he was doing for me. So, I got a chance to experience that a little bit more with my mom. My mom coming to my games, cheering me on, always rooting for me, always giving me, the great advice about life, how to approach life, how to deal with women, how to deal with, just people in general. And
Mm-hmm.
so those two people right there are my spirit.
So,
Yeah.
all right, last one. If you could do anything in the world today, what would you do?
If I could do anything in the world, I wouldn't look backwards because I feel like all the stuff that was done in the past made me who I am today. So I got to look forward. So if I can do anything today, is keep educating, keep sharing my experience, keep uplifting people. I think that's what the world is honestly about. We want the shiny things, the house, the 40, the acres, we want all that stuff. We want to live a lavish life, but I think what's really important is that if you can touch someone and hopefully inspire them to be great, that's what life is truly about.
Y'all, Garry Clare himself, man. Dude, I appreciate your time, family. I really do. I know you got a lot going on. You do a lot of stuff, for the industry in a short period of time. And like I said before, man, I'm admirable, man, of like what you've done in 3 years or these last 4 years. It's been great, man. And so with your podcast, I hope your podcast continues to flourish. Hope your career continues to flourish, and just keep being the best you. And I think with that, you will continue to just grow and be the best you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy for you, man. Whatever you got going on, dog. So keep doing your podcast. What are your handles? Let people know where they can watch your podcast, where they can view it. Like, what's your Instagram, all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, talk your barber shit on IG. That's the same on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's the same, or it might be just Garcy on YouTube. I gotta look back on that, but yeah. I mean, you could click the link on my Talk My Barbershop page. It's the YouTube icon, the link in there. You can click that.
Mm-hmm.
But all the dope videos, all the great presentations that I had with my guy right here. He did his thing as well. So. Definitely everybody tune in, watch, the videos from the beginning when I first started to now, it's a lot of information on there that's being shared by wonderful guests. So, if you want to know what the industry is about, what people been through, how they got to where they at now, what is the motivation to keep striving to be great. I think but the people that came onto the page did an amazing job of sharing that. So, yeah.
How many interviews have you done so far?
Man, gotta be 30, 30 or more.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
I
dope.
believe so.
Yeah.
Hey,
I have to tell you this count, right?
I don't. That's funny because I never really thought about how many people I had on, but yeah, I think it's roughly around that amount. It's been a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, man,
I've been blessed to really talk to a lot of people like all over, not just in one location. From Arizona to Baltimore to New Jersey to Miami. It's been really going worldwide. So I'm loving it.
Yeah, if you get a chance, man, interview Jennifer Drew, the hair CEO.
Okay.
Have you heard of her?
I have not.
Jennifer Drew, the hair CEO. You can see it on my page. You can just look it up there, or I can just text it to you. She's dope.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Plug that through for me. You get it cracked.
Hey, let's talk about the podcast. This is the end of the interview. I'm Kthebarber Bryant, aka Kthebarber. Man, I'm excited, man. Thank you once again, Garry, for taking out your time, and many blessings to you, my brother.
No, same to you, man. It's a dope. I'm looking forward to us, keep bouncing back and forth on each other on platform and, chopping it up.
Let's do it.
Uh, Whenever you're ready for me to let's talk about it, and then when I'm ready for you to talk your barbershop, let's make it happen.
All right, we got you.
All right, man.
All right, brother.
All right, go.
Peace. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.